Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength, and today I want to show you how to have great balance in no time. You don't have to be a tightrope walker or want to take on skateboarding or rollerblading to want better balance. Think about it. We're balancing on one leg over and over again all throughout the day. Whether I'm taking a casual stroll or I have to take out the trash, I need to make sure that I feel confident with my balance. So when I'm doing something where I'm carrying an awkward load up the stairs, or I'm carrying my baby or my dog, I want to make sure I feel confident on one leg. And having great balance isn't just something to think about as an older adult. In fact, I got injured a lot when I was a kid, and I could have saved myself so many ankle sprains and time on crutches if I knew then what I'm going to teach you today. For today's demonstration, I'm going to suggest setting yourself up next to a wall or a sturdy chair, and then make sure that you're barefoot or in your stocking feet and on a fairly firm surface, just because having shoes on or standing on a really cushioned carpet is really going to change what we feel in the feet. And we'll talk about that more in a moment. So I want to start and end this video the same way. We're going to do single leg balance. So set up next to your sturdy chair or your wall. I'm going to start a clock so you can see how many seconds you can make it on one foot. And I'm going to have you balance on one leg, raise your knee to the front, hold on to the chair or wall if you need to get in place, and then go ahead and let go. See how many seconds you can go balancing on one leg just with no other information. And wobbling is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Having good balance isn't about not wobbling. It's about being able to regain your balance if you lose it. And then when you're done, let yourself shake out the hips for a moment, and then we'll switch sides. All right, so go ahead and set up on your second side. So I'm gonna hold on to my chair, lift my knee to the front, get in position, and then let go and time myself and see how many seconds I can hold here, even if it is wobbly, before I have to put my foot down to regain my balance. I know sometimes when we start feeling uncomfortable, we just want to put the foot down, but really test yourself and see the difference side to side. So how many of you chose to balance on your dominant leg first? I just want you to notice that. That's a really common habit. And basically what we're going to talk about today is reshaping some habits. So let's talk balance. So to have good balance, I need to have good posture, and I need to use my muscles well in that posture. Now, even though we're only practicing balancing in one place, you are still going to be using your body dynamically, and this is going to translate into moving balance, dynamic balance that we use doing all the other things that we talked about. So starting off with my posture, I'm going to line my ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders up. And on top of my shoulders, I'm going to think about lining up my ears, because it's a little hard to think about where the head is on top of the shoulders without a landmark. So stacking the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and my ears as much as possible. And then I'm going to think about what the muscles are doing in this posture. So I can just, move my shoulders back. But sometimes what happens is I've kind of got this huge arch in my back, which is going to make it really difficult for my abs to help out. Beginning with the feet, I'm going to make sure they're nice and straight, and I'm going to think about using them as a tripod. On the ball of the foot, I'm going to use the left and right side, and then I'm going to use my heel. So I want to think about feeling those 3 points of contact with the floor. And then I'm actually going to skip and go up to the core, pulling in the belly. I'm going to engage the abs. Like someone's going to tickle you or give you a little jab. When I do that, I'm putting the glutes, the butt muscles, in a great position to help out, and the abs and the glutes together are hugely involved in balance. So pulling the belly in, squeezing the tush muscles, And now I want to try to squeeze the thigh muscles. Think about, how you might catch something if someone threw it towards your stomach. Really draw the belly button in, squeeze the glutes, bend the knees a little bit, and that will engage the quads. So let yourself just practice that a couple times. Now notice what happens to the feet when I do that. So when I draw the belly button in, I squeeze the glutes and I bend my knees a little bit and squeeze the thighs. My knees should come apart just a little bit. If you don't find that that's happening, try to drive the knees apart a little bit and you will start feeling that more in the glutes. In the foot, that's going to make my arch come up a little bit. So even if you've got a really flat arch, which I unfortunately do after injury and weight gain and loss, you can move your arch. So now we've got that athletic stance, drawing the belly button in, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs, pulling the arch up. All that's left is for me to pick up one leg. So let's think about that weight shift. So we've got our ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and ears stacked on one another. Drawing my belly button in, I'm going to help the back line up nice and straight between my shoulders and hips. So I'm contracting my abs, contracting my glutes, thinking about the knees slightly pulled apart so I can feel that arch in the foot. I've got 3 points of contact in that tripod in the foot, and then I'm going to shift my weight to one side and draw the other knee to the front. Now, as soon as I do that, some of us are going to want to lean back. So resist that urge. Try to stay in that posture, even if you need to keep your knee down here. But what you'll notice is that you can feel it in the muscles. You probably are going to feel it more in the foot, in the calf, in areas that you're not used to engaging. Even though I didn't tell you to squeeze those areas, they are working very, very hard right now. So go ahead and give yourself a break on that side, and we're going to try it on the other side. Feel free to either turn yourself around so you are supporting yourself on the other side of the wall, or you have your chair turned around, because it is going to change the way your body thinks about balance if you're supported on one side versus the other. So for myself, because I tend to be really right dominant, I tend to use the support on the left because it urges me to think about using that left leg more. If you have stairs with a handrail on the right, try setting your chair or wall up on the left and see what that feels like for you, because that might actually help you improve your balance just because you're challenging your brain differently. So again, we're going to line up the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears. Draw the belly button in, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, pull the knees apart so I can feel that arch in the foot, and then shifting to one side using that tripod in the foot, ball of the foot and the heel. And now I'm going to drive the other knee up. So hold on as much as you need to. You don't have to raise the knee above the hip immediately. That will happen as you build strength and flexibility, holding for as long as you can in this position, and then give yourself a chance to shake out the hips. Okay, so now you know my secret. I'm going to have you try it, and we're going to time and see how long you can hold compared to when we started. So you can start by holding on to the chair, and then when you let go, let the timer start. Again, I'm making sure that my feet are nice and straight. I don't have one foot leading the other one, leading it on. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears. Pulling the belly button in, pulling the knees apart, feeling that tripod in the foot, squeezing the tush muscles. Now I'm going to shift to one side so the joints are still stacked on this side. Draw my knee up, keep pulling that belly button in. Keep thinking about lengthening your spine. So I'm really thinking about getting as tall as I can. I know I'm already tall, but really what we mean is creating space between the vertebrae so I'm not hunched over. It's actually a lot harder to balance like this. So think about continuing to lengthen the spine. Really push actively through the foot that's on the ground. All of those things are going to help you. You can use your arms out to the side to balance if you want. You can just keep them in the front. You could keep them on the chair. You could have one finger on the chair. Do whatever you need to. And then when you really reach fatigue, before you start cramping, go ahead and set that foot down. Let yourself shake out the hips. Nice job. Once you start making this into an exercise, you do get your heart rate up because you're engaging almost your entire body to do this. So setting up on my second side for my test here, I'm gonna make sure that the feet are nice and straight. Stack the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears. Draw the belly button in. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes. Pull the knees apart so I can feel that arch in the foot. Think about those 3 points of balance. Really push through that foot and then raise my knee to the front. And I can hold on to the chair as much or as little as I need to. And then once you're able to just let go, let yourself time yourself and see how many seconds you can go until you need to hold on again. And you can make this into an exercise where, you don't hold on for 5 seconds. You go back and hold on for 5 seconds. Like if you can still feel it in the muscles, you're still building that strength and stability that you need to do this for a longer period of time. So if one of your sides is markedly weaker, that's a way to build this up over time. So wherever you're at, give yourself a little more time to kind of reach that point of fatigue in the muscles, and then go ahead and let yourself shake out the hips side to side. So I hope that you were able to see improvement from the beginning to the end. Even if it's just a few seconds, it really does make a difference over time. And if you want more advice on how to work this into your workout program, or how to create a workout program that will give you really great balance, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks so much for working out with me today. I hope that you found something that helps you move better and have better balance, doing all the things that you want to do. If you do want more information on gaining strength and flexibility to improve your balance or the other movements that you're doing, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel or contact me in my application link below for a one-on-one appointment. And in the meantime, I look forward to continuing this journey with you. I'll see you in the next video.